Yeah, hello and welcome to my today's review and hands-on of the Lanparte so-called Universal 3D handles. To be precise, I will show you today the version 2, which is equipped with a crickless system, as you can see here on top. But there are also other editions available, for example the version 1 edition with a normal standard rod clamp support, which is basically the same, only the mounting options are different. And very interesting and important for many people maybe out there, there is also a new edition available with the standard rod clamps, which is compatible to 15mm rods and 19mm rod systems. So if you plan to upgrade later from a 15mm to a 19mm rod system, or you maybe already have a 19mm rod system, then check out this new edition with standard clamps, because normally 19mm compatible handle systems are quite expensive, and the Lanparte, the new edition, is only a little bit more expensive than this version 2 here. Okay, but before I show you the features and the pros and cons more in detail, I want to mention a very important point. You maybe recognized or saw this older edition with the ball joints and the ball joint connections. And I highly recommend to get this edition, at least the version 1, the cheaper one, over this ball joint edition, because the ball joints the problem with the ball joints is that they are not as stiff enough and they are not as stable enough to stabilize your whole rig system, for example, and the handles. And so you can screw them down as tight as you can, and they are still slipping maybe if you, for example, handle your rig system, including the counterbalance weight system and so on. So get this one, because with this system there is absolutely no slipping anymore, and it's also more stable compared to this older one. And yeah, the upgrade is worth the few bucks you pay more for the version 1 of this handles here, for example. Okay, so let's get to the features. And I will begin on top first. As you can see here, and as I already mentioned here, we have the quick release system, and it's very easy. You clamp it from the bottom, lock it down, and it's very stiff and stable, I have to say. And I handled my 6 kilogram or 7 kilogram, yes, 6 kilogram rig system with this rod support here, or with this quick release system, let's say it this way. And it was very stable. It was quite safe, I have to say, and yeah, all in all, it's a very nice system. But me personally, I like, for example, with the first edition more, because let's say it this way. For example, if you want to mount this while shooting or on the field, and for example with your right hand you're holding your rig system, and with the left hand, the problem is you need to press this against the rods, for example. And then you maybe only have one finger anymore or only one finger is left to screw it and lock it down. And this is quite annoying, because sometimes you don't, it's not possible to press it onto the rods evenly, or let's say it's quite annoying to mount it this way. And for me personally, I also like, and I also recommend the version 1 over this one, because with a standard rod clamp support, you don't have to think about what happens if there is a defect, or if this mechanic inside is getting defect or so. Because with the normal standard clamps, it's maybe slipping to the front a little bit, maybe slipping to the back a little bit. But here, if you have a defect here, your whole rig is falling off your shoulder, for example. And all in all, I think it's better to invest 1 or 2 minutes to change your equipment on the rods, to remove the handles, instead of your complete rig is falling on the ground. Okay, so all in all, I recommend we version 1 over this one, and especially also because, as already mentioned, it's a little bit annoying to mount. But let's get to the huge pros. First, to the handles. The handles are very nice. There's no slipping of the rubber. The rubber is very soft, and you're also not sweating on this rubber here. This is also really nice. And for example, let's get to this point here. The connections are also really nice. They are now stepped, so as you can hear, you have more, not more steps. You have a few steps you can choose. You lock it down. You don't need a lot of force to lock it down, and it's holding in place. And I have to say that this system with the stepped locks Someone, I think, called it CAM system. I don't know if this is right. Yeah, with this stepped system, as you can see here, and now I'm in a step, lock it down, I lock it down, and it's stiff. With this system, the big, huge pro is that there is absolutely no slipping anymore, and it is possible to handle, for example, my 6 or 7 kilograms rig system with only one handle, and there's no slipping, there's absolutely no problem with it. Also not with the crickless system, by the way. And so I think this is one of the best systems out there, especially for really big rig systems. And here, to compare it, for example, to the Edelkrone Pro Handles I also used within the last few weeks, this one is way better for very, very heavy rig systems. Okay, this is the first huge pro. Here you also have 3 to 8 inch 16 holes on both sides, and you can also mount here and here, for example, accessories by the way. And there you also have 1/4 inch 20 mounts on both sides, here on this side, here, here, and here. So you can mount all in all 8 accessories only on these 2 handles. Or it's possible at least to mount accessories, for example, articulating arms. And also very nice, the shape is very nice, it's very stable, it's kind of lightweight for the quality, I have to say, although it's a little bit heavier compared to the Edelkrone Pro Handles. And you can adjust here, for example. You can adjust here, as I already showed you, and it's also possible to adjust here. So you have 3 points of adjustments. Yeah, from the point of the flexibility, I think there is nothing better on the market actually. Maybe from Tilter, but the differences between Lanparte and Tilter are sometimes not that huge, also not quality-wise, I think. And yeah, so a very nice and very adjustable rig system. But let's get back to the pros and cons. What are the cons? For example, I will show you this now. Me personally, I used, for example, these handles here in this position here. So I have a normal standard shoulder rig, by the way. So I have one hand nearly under the rig system, and on the other side, I position it here, for example, to use it with the left hand. And then you have kind of an offset handle system. But here is one of the problems and one of the cons. Your right hand is perfect aligned away from your body. And here on the other side, yeah, you have more distance. So all in all, I think, for example, the system Edelkrone is using is a little bit better because you always have your handles on one line. Not like here, for example, you have a few centimeters of differences always, especially if you adjust the handles as you like. And yeah, it's only a small con, but I want to mention it because yeah, you recognize it, especially if you change in between this system here and, for example, the Edelkrone system. And yeah, the huge pro of a one-lined handle system is that you can press both arms onto your sides perfectly, and this is not possible with these handles here. Okay, and the next con is, especially compared to the Edelkrone system, it's a little bit heavier. It's also not possible to remove one handle here or one grip here because it's not designed to be removed. It's possible, I think, to remove it, but I don't recommend it. Here, for example, the Edelkrone Pro Handles are way better because you just unlock one handle and it's gone. And it's also not possible, for example, to remove one middle part here that easily. That's also possible with the Edelkrone handles. And so, all in all, this one is more stable and better for heavy and big, huge rig systems with counterbalance weight systems. And the Edelkrone system, the Pro Handles, I also reviewed, so check out my YouTube channel, by the way. The Pro Handles are a little bit better if you want to use it with a smaller rig system, for example, because you can remove the middle part. You can move one handle to the middle. You can remove a second one, and so on. So you're a little bit more flexible, and it's also a little bit more lightweight. So if you want to use it with shoulder supported rigs, not real shoulder rigs too, and also for bigger rigs, check out we Pro Handles, because these are not as flexible in this point, at this point. Okay, but all in all, these handles are really nice. They are more adjustable, yeah, position-wise compared to Edelkrone Pro handles, and they are also more stable. So I think they are very, very nice, and check them out, especially also if you search for 90mm rod supported handles, as I said at the beginning. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope that I showed you everything. I know that my reviews are normally a little bit longer, so sorry for, again, 12 or 11 minutes or so. Okay, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will try to answer your questions as soon and as detailed as possible. Subscribe if you like. The next videos will be, I think, a review of the Seculine L2S5K LED light I'm using actually, by the way, and maybe also compared to the Z-Flash and Z96, so you have yeah, something to compare. And I maybe also review the YN300 LED lights. I don't know how the producer is called actually. Okay, so stay tuned and have a nice day, and thanks for watching. Bye.